Have you ever sat down to work, only to find yourself scrolling, snacking, or doing everything except the one thing you actually need to do? That's procrastination, and it's silently stealing your time, your energy, and your potential. But the good news? You can beat it with a few simple steps that actually work. We all know what procrastination feels like. You have an important task waiting, but instead of doing it, you scroll through your phone, check social media, or convince yourself that you'll start tomorrow. The truth is, procrastination steals time, energy, and opportunities. But here's the good news. You can stop procrastinating, not with complicated strategies, but with simple, practical steps that really work. Break big tasks into small steps. One of the biggest reasons people procrastinate is because they look at a task as one massive challenge. Imagine being told to write a whole book, run a marathon, or clean your entire house in one go. It feels impossible. The mind sees the task as heavy and complicated, so instead of starting, you delay it. The secret is to break the big goal into pieces so small that they don't feel intimidating anymore. For example, if you need to write an essay, don't think about finishing all 10 pages. Just focus on writing the introduction, or even just the first sentence. If you want to get fit, don't plan for a 2-hour workout right away. Start with 5 minutes of stretching or a quick walk. Each small step builds confidence, and confidence fuels consistency. When you shift your focus from the entire mountain to just the next stone, you realize it's not that hard to begin. Each small win tells your brain, I can do this, and those wins stack up over time. By breaking the task into steps, you remove the weight of pressure, and what once felt impossible suddenly feels manageable and achievable. Use the 2-minute rule. One of the most effective techniques to overcome procrastination is the 2-minute rule. The idea is simple. If something can be done in 2 minutes or less, do it immediately. This applies to tasks like responding to a short message, putting dirty dishes in the sink, or organizing papers on your desk. These small actions might seem unimportant, but they clear mental clutter and stop little tasks from piling up into bigger stress later. But the true power of the 2-minute rule goes beyond small tasks. It also helps you begin larger ones. Often, procrastination doesn't come from the work itself. It comes from starting. Telling yourself, I'll just do this for 2 minutes, lowers resistance and tricks your brain into action. For example, if you've been avoiding exercise, commit to just 2 minutes of movement. If you need to read a book, tell yourself you'll just read 1 page. Most of the time, once you begin, you find it easier to keep going because momentum has already started working in your favor. Think of it like pushing a heavy cart. The hardest part is getting it to move at the beginning. Once it's rolling, it requires far less energy to keep it moving. The 2-minute rule helps you push through that initial resistance. Instead of waiting for motivation to strike, you create action, and action generates motivation. By making the start so easy that it feels impossible to say no, you eliminate excuses and build the habit of showing up. Remove distractions and create focus. Procrastination feeds on distraction. Every time you sit down to work, your phone buzzes, a new video pops up online, or you suddenly remember a task that feels easier than the one you're supposed to do. These distractions might seem small, but they constantly pull your attention away from what really matters. The more your focus is broken, the harder it becomes to restart, and soon hours slip away with nothing meaningful accomplished. To fight this, you must design your environment so it supports focus instead of fighting against it. Start by removing the most obvious distractions. Silence unnecessary notifications, close social media tabs, and keep your workspace clean and simple. If your desk is piled with clutter, your mind will mirror that clutter, making it harder to concentrate. A clear environment helps create a clear mind. Another effective method is time blocking. Give yourself a set period of focused work, such as 25 minutes, followed by a short 5-minute break. This structured rhythm trains your brain to concentrate deeply in bursts without burning out. During those 25 minutes, make a rule. No checking messages, no wandering online, no multitasking. Just one task, full attention. It also helps to signal to your brain that it's time to work. This could be as simple as putting on headphones, sitting in a specific chair, or even lighting a candle in the house. Over time, these cues become associated with focus, and the brain slips into work mode. When you take control of your environment and limit distractions, procrastination loses its strongest weapon. Focus becomes easier, tasks get completed faster, and you gain the feeling of control over your time. Instead of being pulled in every direction, You create a space where productivity flows naturally. Procrastination is not a permanent part of who you are. It's simply a habit, and like any habit, it can be changed. By breaking big tasks into small steps, using the 2-minute rule to get started, and removing distractions to create focus, you give yourself the power to take action today, not someday. Remember, waiting for the perfect time is just another form of delay. The best time to start is now, and the smallest step forward is still progress. Every action you take brings you closer to your goals. So don't wait for tomorrow. Begin today, because your future self is depending on the choices you make right now.